live study, First Samuel we're going through. Second part starting at chapter 5. Check it out. Part 1's on the previous videos. Last night's study. Listen. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna get it. Yes, sir. Looking to see what happened between the Lord and the 12 tribes as we go through the books. Been going through them, continuing on in Samuel. I'm going to go through all of them. I got to continue to see what happens in their relationship to God. Got some comments about last night. Wow. Yeah. You got to understand, if you don't get with it, if you don't get with his, hey, you're going to be running all over the place like I was. Get it? Here it comes.
This is in-depth study of the Christ, the propitiation, the begotten Son, the law, the judge, the ruler, the standard, the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, the one, the true Jesus Christ.
The Savior.
Here on Understanding the Bible
Word of God.
Radio, on-screen study, Facebook Live, YouTube Live,
Yes.
live, on-screen, undeniable facts of Scripture.
Getting it done. I'm going to go through it. That's right. I'm going to look and see exactly. Because, see, back in the day when I was going through the religion stuff, they were using these books and telling me this is what God wanted to do for me. Wouldn't even tell me about all the things that he placed in his Son under his current covenant. Wouldn't tell me. No, they wouldn't tell me. But now I'm seeing, I'm seeing here that these were real people. Yeah. Ruth, Samuel, Joshua, Gideon. Yeah, they were real people. And this is something that really happened. If they weren't real, and this was supposed to be just a book to be likened for our existence right now, these stories in the old, what we call the Old Testament of our Bible, then how could Jesus have ever had came? See, it's all tied together. You got to know the true factors. You got to know it. You got to see it. Well, these things really happen. Oh, yes, they did. These people were really here. And there was a time when man was submitting themselves to spirits, what they call gods, in the ways that they were submitting. And if it was so, and all you had to do was what the pastor tells you to do, the 5 steps and 5 this and 5 that, and you exercise your spiritual gift. How can you exercise your spiritual gift when it comes from God, and he's the one that enables you when he allows it? Whether from birth, started while you were alive, or when you're getting ready to die. Either one, he allows it. You have no power to exercise his spiritual authority unless he allows you to do it. Yeah. They don't want to tell you that kind of stuff. They want to make you think that you can do it. Speak it into existence. Yeah. Right. Let me see what you can speak into existence. I tried it. I'm telling you, I'm not dogging anybody. I'm just saying I've been there too. I did it. And I just asked myself, why isn't this happening? Why aren't these things I'm doing what they're telling me to do, and this blessings and all the other things, and it's not happening. It's not happening. Why? Why isn't it happening for you? That would be my answer to the replies to the information and the conversations I've had today. Why isn't it happening? Why are you in the status that you're in right now? Now, I don't have any young friends. I got friends around my age, so I asked them, they're around my age, why isn't it happening for you? Why hasn't it happened? Why have the downfalls and things that come for you have happened? And you haven't gotten your status any better. Why? You know why? Because somebody is lying to you. And it ain't God. I had to understand it. I had to get with it myself. I had to. And so now, as I grow in the grace and the knowledge of him, not myself, not anyone else, I will learn more from him, learn more about him and his true reality, his true current covenant. What they were saying was true to us. We wouldn't be worried about a lockdown. We wouldn't be worried about pandemic money. We wouldn't be worried about getting the newest job that's paying $15, $20 an hour. We wouldn't be worried about it if what they were saying were true. We got to think, you know. We just got to get to it, and we got to be humble and say, hey, I don't know, God. I want you to come to me, because if you are the chosen, he will come to you and show you what his purpose is and tell you what it is. Exactly. And it's the same one for all. Now, the little details he'll work out in your life, that's what he'll work out in your life, because you're his child, if he's your father. And he'll deal with you the way he needs to deal with you to get you to the one understanding that we all should have. He no longer speaks to us by, look at the book of Hebrews. Just look at it. Just look at it slowly, intently. He speaks to us by his son. Okay? That's what you got. That's what he does now in the current covenant. All right, we're going into 1 Samuel 5, taking a look. And the Philistines took the ark of God and brought it from Ebenezer unto Ashdod. When the Philistines took the ark of God, okay, because in the last chapter we looked at, they were still battling. To take you back even further, when the first generation, maybe that was the second generation of Jacob, when they came into the promised land, they had a direct command from the Lord to run the Gentiles out of that land, and that was the land that he wanted them to have. That's what he said. That's what he told them to do, but they didn't do it. They didn't run everybody out, okay, like they should have. So we have now Philistines that are still in this land, and they've been battling back and forth since then. They've been warring and battling back and forth. As you know, with Samson, which we have just read previously in the book of Judges. So the Philistines are still in the land, though. And here they are. They came in the last chapter we just looked at last night. And they came and took the ark. Okay. Samuel's mother, Hannah, was barren. And she really wanted to have a child. It was very important to the women back then of God to bear children. It was very important, and it meant a lot to them back then. And she went to God and said, hey, listen, with her soul, she submitted her soul. She knew the one that could do this thing. You can open up my womb, God. You can give me a child. You can correct what's wrong in here if there's anything wrong. But it did say that he closed up her womb. He closed it. That's the one thing about the Lord. He knows more than what we know. Because he closed her womb, it's like a sanctification, set her apart. You're not going to have a child until I want you to, till you get in the right place. Okay? And you get broken down to the point where you will submit to me, period. Okay? So she does. She pours her soul out. She's tired of being talked about and ridiculed and dogged and harassed and hated on by the other women. And so she goes to God. And she says, God, listen, if you give me a man child, she was specific, give me a man child. He said, I know this is aligned with your purpose. You want us to have children. Give me a man child and I'll give him back to you all the days of his life. Now Samuel, God grants it. God lets her conceive Samuel, and she had some other kids after Samuel. And she did commit him to the temple, to the synagogue, to the priesthood. She did. And Samuel went as a child now. Samuel went in here as a child. And that's what we're looking at as he grows and goes on. We're looking at things. But look at everything. Look at the other studies. Read the first. If you don't want to look at the study, read it, study it for yourself very carefully. You have to look very intently when you're studying scripture to see exactly what happened, because this stuff really happened. Okay? So you got to know that. So when the Philistines took the ark of God, they brought it into the house of Dagon and set it by Dagon. And when they of Ashdod arose early upon the morrow, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the earth before the ark of the Lord. And they took Dagon and set him in his place again. And when they rose early on the morrow morning, behold, Dagon was fallen upon his face to the ground before the ark of the Lord, and the head of Dagon and both of the palms of his hands were cut off upon the threshold. Only the stump of Dagon was left on him. Talk about decapitation and dismemberment. Wow. Therefore, neither the priests of Dagon, nor any that came unto Dagon's house, tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod unto this day, unto the day that was written in the Hebrew, when it was pinned down in Hebrew, okay? But the hand of the Lord was heavy upon them of Ashdod, and he destroyed them, and smote them with emerods. Now I'm gonna look at it. Even Ashdod and the coasts thereof. Let's see what emerods is. Yeah, in the Hebrew. That's something I've never seen that one before. Let's see what that is.
Strong's H2914.
Ooh.
Tachorim.
Ooh.
Tachorim.
Ooh. Oh no, he didn't. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. This is where we are. He destroyed them and smote them with emerods. Now take a look. That's the King James English for emerods. Okay, that's the English that we talked back then. We don't speak that way. But look at what it is. Hemorrhoids. Oh my God. Lord, please. No, please, Lord. Oh. Woo. There it is. There it is. That's what he gave him. He gave him some stuff. I know how to slow you down. I know how to slow you down in every way. I give you some hemorrhoids, and I'm sure they were severe. They never talked about this back when I went to church. They never talked about it back then. But anyway, here we go. And when the men of Ashdod saw that it was so, they said, the ark of the God of Israel shall not abide with us, for his hand is sore upon us and upon Dagon our God. I'm sorry. I got a sense of humor. I just got a sense of humor. I'm sorry here, but okay. All right. So Dagon, the worshipers of Dagon, okay? Ashdod, they took the ark, and he said, "You better take my ark back. You better take it back. If not, okay. Ain't no preparation H back then. No help at all. You can eat all the raw cabbage you want. It ain't gonna heal." So, so they sent therefore and gathered all the lords of the Philistines unto them, and said, "What shall we do with the ark of God of Israel? Just give it back. How about that? Just give it back." And they answered, "Let the ark of the God of Israel be carried about unto Gath." And they carried the ark of the God of Israel about thither. Okay. And it was so that after they had carried it about, the hand of the Lord was against the city with a very great destruction. It's even greater. And he smote the men of the city, both small and great, and they had emerods in their secret parts. Oh my God! Oh, listen, you got to know. You've got to know. This is, whoo, that's some serious stuff right there. Therefore they sent the ark of God to Ekron, and it came to pass as the ark of God came to Ekron, that the Ekronites cried out, saying, They have brought about the ark of God, the ark of the God of Israel, to us, to slay us and our people. So they sent and gathered together all the lords of the Philistines, and said, Send away the ark of God of Israel, and let it go again to his own place. That's what I just said. Give it back. That it slay us not and our people. For there was a deadly destruction throughout all the city. The hand of God was very heavy there. This destruction, boy, people must have been hurting and whatever have you. With this is this is serious. Okay, and the men that died not were smitten with the emerods. Oh. And the men that died not were smitten with the emerods, the hemorrhoids, and the cry of the city went up to heaven. So they cried out. What's up with this, man? Okay, so here we go. We're going into chapter 2, so I don't know. I think we got that down. They took it and wanted to move it. They had it, and then they wanted to move it to another city, and then they got smote with the hemorrhoids, and then they went to another city, smote them with the hemorrhoids. They said, Look, we got to take this thing back, man. This is too much for us. Our God ain't doing nothing. Their God has been destroyed, and by him. And we got to get this thing out of here because I can't take this. And some men died. They didn't have the hemorrhoids. So, okay. And chapter 6 here, verse 1. And the ark of the Lord was in the country of the Philistines 7 months. And the Philistine called for the priests and the diviners, people that really are doing spiritual things, diviners, that is not of the Lord. They're not submitted to him, they're submitted to other gods. Let's take a look at diviners. Let's take a look.
Strong's H, 7080. Kasam.
Now the KJV English, it translates the Strong's number word to in English divine, diviners, use, divination, prudent, soothsayer. So we're not supposed to be dealing with any of that, but we can't help it. To practice divination, divine, diviners of the nation Balaam of the prophets of Israel, prohibited. So let's see what Samuel is telling us. Hit our control F. That's not it. Sam. That's what I want. I just go with Sam. And 6. There it is. Right there. The diviners of the nations of Balaam. So Balaam, is another spirit, which is Satan, basically. Okay, there you go. Okay, saying, What shall we do to the ark of the Lord? Tell us, wherewith we shall send it to his place. And they said, then they said, If ye send away the ark of the Lord, of the God of Israel, send it not empty, but in any wise return him a trespass offering. At least you give him an offering. Send him an offering. Tell him you're sorry. Then ye shall be healed. Hey, I won't heal him. Just get the offering going. And it shall be known to you why his hand is not removed from you. So if you send an offering back and he doesn't heal you or whatever, if he doesn't, why is his hand not removed? Then said they, What shall be the trespass offering, which we shall return to him? They answered, 5 golden emerods. What is a 5 golden emerald here? Let's see. Let's go to this one. Some different definition for emerald.
Strong's H, 2914. Techorim.
Same deal.
Techorim.
Maybe it's the other one. Let's check it out. Same one showing there for H2914. Let's go to H. I thought it was the same, 6076. No, it's different, I think.
Strong's H 6076.
Well, there you got a
Ophel.
different deal there. Hill, mound, fort, stronghold, Ophel. Okay, and then it says tumor, hemorrhoid. Also a mound, a fortress, emerald, fort, stronghold, tower. Also is what the Strong's Concordance would say, which is not truly a dictionary, but it's a concordance. So let's go to the lexicon. Let's find our Samuel. There it is. So this is tumor. Construct. It's a construct, some type of construction. All right. Golden construction or something, because it's 5 golden. All right. And 5 golden mice. That's interesting. Maybe they're making a mouse or something, a golden mouse. You know, they make golden calf.
Strong's H 5909. Achbar.
Mouse. Probably the same as 5908 in the secondary sense of attacking a mouse, as nibbling. Okay? And there it is right here. Plural, construct, this Hebrew term here. There you go. Absolute, mouse. Okay. Let's see what it says. Let's continue on to see. According to the number of the lords of the Philistines, for one plague was on you all and on your lords. Wherefore ye shall make images of your emerods. Oh, you trying to be funny. I'm wondering. We're going to find out, because I never read this before. And of your hemorrhoids, and images of your mice that mar the land. And ye shall give glory unto the God of Israel. Peradventure he will lighten his hand from you, and from off your gods, from off your land. Wherefore then do ye harden your hearts, as the Egyptians and Pharaoh hardened their hearts, when ye had wrought wonderfully among them. Did they not let the people go, and they departed? Now therefore make a new cart, and take 2 milch kine. What is that? Let's take a look. Let's take a look 1 second. I'm gonna have to. That's coming up. Just bear with me here for a second. Got a message. Yeah, that's right. That is correct. He gave them, yes. Okay, that's not on the YouTube, so I had to just say it because they're listening. Yep. So they gave him, he did. He gave them hemorrhoids. All right. Here is this milch. Milch, young, ewes, great with young. Okay, a ewe is an animal. Those that are young. To give suck, suckle, nurse. Okay, giving suck. Okay, there you go. All right, there's our scripture there. All right, giving suck of cows. Okay, so that's what they're talking about there. Animals, milch, kine. I know that's an animal. We saw that, I think, in the dietary laws of kine. Let's take a look at
Strong's
that.
H 6510. Para.
There you go. Our King James says it's a cow, a heifer. Okay, cow, heifer. All right, so that's basically where we're at. That cows giving suck, young cows, calves is what we would call them today. All right, on which there hath come no yoke, and tie the kine to the cart, and bring their calves home from them, and take the ark of the Lord, and lay it upon the cart, and put the jewels of gold, which ye return him for a trespass offering, in a coffer by the side thereof, and send it away that it may go, and see if it goeth up by the way of his own coast to Beth Shemesh. Then he hath done us this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it is not his hand that smote us. It was a chance that happened to us. Just a little something passing. Okay, we're going to find out if it was him. And the men did so, and took the 2 milch kine, calves or whatever, and tied them to the cart, and shut up their calves at home. And they laid the ark of the Lord upon the cart and the coffer with the mice of gold and the images of their hemorrhoids. They're of gold, though. I mean, I'll take some gold images of hemorrhoids. I'll take it, but get it melted down, sell it, whatever I got to do with it. But this gold, okay? And the kine took the straight way to the way of Beth Shemesh and went along the highway, lowing as they went, and turned not aside to the right hand or to the left. And the lords of the Philistines went after them unto the border of Beth Shemesh. And they of Beth Shemesh were reaping their wheat harvest in the valley. And they lifted up their eyes and saw the ark and rejoiced to see it. And the cart came into the field of Joshua, who's passed away. It's the field of Joshua, at Beth Shemite, and stood there where there was a great stone, and they clave the wood of the cart and offered the kine a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the Levites took down the ark of the Lord and the coffer that was with it, wherein the jewels of gold were, and put them on the great stone. And the men of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings and sacrifices the same day unto the Lord. And when the 5 lords of the Philistines had seen it, they returned to Ekron the same day. And these are the golden hemorrhoids which the Philistines returned for a trespass offering unto the Lord. And Ashdod 1 for Gaza 1, and Escalon 1 for Gath 1 for Ekron 1. And the golden mice, according to the number of all the cities of the Philistines belonging to 5 lords, both of fenced cities and of country villages, even unto the great stone of Abel. Ooh, Abel. Great stone of Abel. Whereon they set down the ark of the Lord at the stone of Abel, which stone remaineth unto this day in the field of Joshua the Beth Shemite. Okay, Joshua the Beth Shemite. It wasn't the Joshua that led them to the promised land, no, I don't believe. And he smote the men of Beth Shemite, wait a minute, because they had looked into the ark of the Lord. Wow. Even he smote of the people 50,000. Look at this. 50,000 at one time. And 70 men. And the people lamented, because the Lord had smitten many of the people with great slaughter. Yeah, they didn't want to tell us about this in the churches, did they? With all their spiritual works. No, they didn't. And the men of Beth Shemesh said, who is able to stand before this holy Lord God? And to him shall he go up from us. They sent messengers to the inhabitants of Kirjath-Jearim, saying, the Philistines have brought again the ark of the Lord. Come ye down and fetch it up to you. Get it. You better get it quick. You got tens of thousands dying at once. They looking inside. You better get them. Going into chapter 7. Questions, comments. I'm looking for your chat. I'm looking for it. Post it up. Okay, post it up. I'm going to get to it. You want me to be a Hebrew Israelite, right? Look at this. And the men of Kirjath-Jearim came and fetched up the ark of the Lord and brought it into the house of Abinadab in the hill, and sanctified Eleazar, his son, to keep the ark of the Lord. And it came to pass, while the ark abode in Kirjath-Jearim, that the time was long, for it was 20 years, and all the house of Israel lamented after the Lord. Lamenting, what is that? What is lamented? Let's take a look so you can understand what
Strong's
that is.
H 5091.
We can get it.
Naha.
That's the true Hebrew language right there. We say lament in English. All right, let's go down. Lament. Let's see. Lament followed by accusative. Okay, that's some grammar deal right there. Concerning for this nif, imperfect. Let's see, followed by went mourning after. Mourning, which means crying, sobbing. Okay, compare who argue against this word gathered, turned after, submitted. It's a saddening. Okay, we're saddening, we're lamenting, we're wailing. Okay, to wail, lament. Okay, to go mourning after something or someone. And Samuel, here's Samuel in the picture now. Okay, spake unto the house of Israel, saying, if ye do return unto the Lord with all your hearts, then put away the strange gods and Ashtaroth from among you. Well, this is Samuel speaking. Stop worshiping these other gods. Stop trying to do stuff outside of the way the Lord has already said. And prepare your hearts unto the Lord and serve him only. Serve him only. They didn't want to tell us that. And he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the children of Israel did put away Balaam. Now the children of Israel, what are they doing? What are they doing? They're doing something that the Lord has already told don't do. They're trying to do something that he's already said don't do. Why? Why are they doing that? Because they don't have the knowledge. Their parents didn't teach them about the Lord. That's why. They didn't do it. Got to get something to drink. Hold on. It's kind of hot up here, but it's okay. It's cooling off. All right. Balaam and Ashtaroth, the gods, okay? And serve the Lord only. This is what they did right there again. Showing right here in 1 Samuel chapter 7. And Samuel said, gather all Israel to Mizpeh, and I will pray for you unto the Lord. And they gathered together at Mizpeh and drew water and poured it out before the Lord and fasted on that day and said there, we have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpeh. Okay. Verse 7. And when the Philistines heard that the children of Israel were gathered together to Mizpeh, the lords of the Philistines went up against Israel. See, y'all didn't get enough. Y'all didn't get enough hemorrhoids. All right, you didn't get enough people just dying, and you can't, because you took the Ark of the Covenant. Now they got the Ark of the Covenant back. They done turned back to the Lord, and now y'all think y'all gonna come up and just kill everybody. Okay, we're gonna see. And when the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines again. And the children of Israel said to Samuel, cease not to cry out unto the Lord our God for us, that he will save us out of the hand of the Philistines. And Samuel took a sucking lamb, a kid, little baby lamb, and offered it for a burnt offering wholly unto the Lord. And Samuel cried unto the Lord for Israel, and the Lord heard him. They knew what to do. Get Samuel to talk to him, because he'll hear Samuel. And as Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to battle against Israel. 12 tribes. But the Lord thundered with a great thunder on that day upon the Philistines and discomfited them, and they were smitten before Israel. What does he mean, discomfited? Discomfited in the Hebrew is this.
Strong's H 2000. Hamam.
They were hamam in the Hebrew, for people that, want to know. But anyway. Discomfit, mean destroy, vex, crush, break, consume. One, trouble. Move noisily, that's the outline. We'll just go down here. Same deal, basically showing disturb them, drive. In the concordance, in the lexicon, we're going to hit to get the Samuel. I don't know how that got in there, but Samuel. Okay. Where's my Samuel? Okay, I got a little something in there. Type it too fast. All right, 710. Boom. Okay. And up under that, make noise, move noisily, confuse, discomfit. Okay, so that's what he did. Okay, that's what he did to him. Need something loud enough, it'll disrupt your attention from what you're doing, for sure. And the men of Israel went out of Mizpeh and pursued the Philistines and smote them until they came under Bethkar. Okay. And then Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpeh and Shen, and called the name of it Ebenezer, saying, hitherto hath the Lord helped us. We got to remember that. So we got to name it something. Okay, that's what this basically they're doing there. We got to name it something. So, all right. So I'm looking for your chat here, looking for your comments. So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coast of Israel, and the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines all the days of Samuel. And the cities which the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel, from Ekron even unto Gath, and the coast thereof did Israel deliver out of the hands of the Philistines. And there was peace between Israel and the Amorites. See, they're still in the land with the Amorites. There's still peace there going on. But y'all supposed to run them out and not be even trying to have them as tribute to you to rule over them. And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life. Now, Samuel's not king yet, just to let you know. We just did the book of Judges. He says they just to be judges, governors, just to govern the people, make decisions, all that, judge different things. That's it. But it wasn't a kingship yet. And he went, here we go. And when he went from year to year in a circuit to Bethel and Gilgal and Mizpah, and judged Israel in all those places. And his return was to Ramah, for there was his house, and there he judged Israel, and there he built an altar unto the Lord. Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of, this is the history that would happen with the Lord and the 12 tribes here. So you can see what's going on as we continue through seeing Samuel here. All right, one moment. Okay, all right. So it came to pass when Samuel was old that he made his sons judges over Israel. Okay, passed it down to the son. Okay, now the name of his firstborn was Joel, and the name of his second was Abiah. I want to say Abiah. They were judges in Beersheba. And his sons walked not in his ways. Whoa, here we go. We got a problem. But turned aside after lucre. What is lucre? I've looked it up in the Greek. It's money. So let's see what it is here.
Strong's H 1215. Beitzah.
Let's go. Samuel 8, there it is. Boom. There it is right there. Lexicon says that it is what? Gain made by violence. Oh, they just gonna be stick up. They just gonna be, smash and grab. That's what they're gonna be. Unjust gain. They just gonna take what they want. Extort. They just gonna force people to give them. Gain made by violence nearly equals plunder. All right. More generally, unjust gain. Unjust gain. There it is. 1 Samuel right there. So they just gonna be some brutish. They're gonna be brutish with their stuff. Give me that. Take them. Taking it. And took bribes. All right. And perverted judgment. Corrupt law enforcers here. All right. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah, where Samuel's still alive, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge. Now we get to the king. Now we get into it. To judge us like all the nations. Okay? The kings, like all the other Gentiles, they got kings. Remember, when they came into the promised land to take it, there was no king. You got to remember that. And they overthrew kings and killed kings, taking the cities, and the Lord was with them. But the thing displeased Samuel, when they said, "Give us a king." Now, he was not happy to do what the Gentiles were doing. He wasn't happy to judge us. And Samuel prayed to the Lord, and the Lord said unto Samuel, "Hearken unto the voice of the people in all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee." Okay, so Samuel must have understood that them asking this was rejecting him. And he's saying, no, they're not. The Lord is letting them know they haven't rejected thee, but they have rejected me. Woo! 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 Oh my goodness. That I should not reign. Oh my gosh, over them. Don't you? Hey, you just might as well get with him. You just might as well get with him. You know, especially if he's chosen you for his current covenant. You just might as well just submit down now. You might as well, because he'll make it to where you will, if you're one of his chosen. That's what I'm learning. According to all the works which they have done since the day that I brought them up out of Egypt, even unto this day, wherewith they have forsaken me and served other gods, so do they also unto thee. Now, therefore, hearken unto their voice, howbeit yet protest solemnly unto them, and show them the manner of the king that shall reign over them. And Samuel told all the words of the Lord unto the people that asked him of a king. Now he's letting them know, this is what the Lord told me, that y'all have forsaken him, you've left him and went to other gods. You're not upset with me. Nope, not at all. Y'all really trying to be like these other Gentiles. And he said, this will be the manner of the king. I'm going to tell you ahead of time what the Lord told me to tell you. This king you get, okay, that shall reign over you. He will take your sons and appoint them for himself, for his chariots, and to be his horsemen, and some shall run before his chariots. And he will appoint him captains over thousands, and captains over 50s, and will set them to ear his ground, and to reap his harvest, and to make his instruments of war and instruments of his chariots. And he will take your daughters to be confectionaries. We're going to look at that. And to be cooks. Y'all going to cook, and you're going to be confectionaries, and you're going to bake me some breads and some cakes and some pies and stuff, some meats. Y'all going to go to work.
Strong's H, 7548. Rak kach, rak kach.
Here it is. It's the only way, the only one we can find it in is 1 Samuel 8. Ointment makers is what y'all going to be. Perfumers. Confectionaries. That's what y'all going to be. That's what he's telling them. And he will take your fields and your vineyards and your olive yards, even the best of them, and give them to his servants. Not y'all. And he will take the 10th of your seed, the tithe. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I see. And of your vineyards, and give to his officers and to his servants. He's going to take the best from y'all and give it to his own servants and his own boys, okay? He ain't going to give you nothing, all right? And he will take your manservants and your maidservants and your goodliest young men and your asses, which are donkeys, and put them to his work, not y'all's. So y'all used to have it good. Now he gonna take all your good stuff and make it hard for you. Okay? He will take the 10th of your sheep, and ye shall be his servants. And ye shall cry out in that day. In that day you get a king, because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you, and the Lord will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel. And they said, Nay, but we will have a king over us. Do you see what the children of Israel are doing? You have a prophet, a priest of the Lord, that he speaks to them. He speaks to them by way of the Lord. And he's saying, this is what the Lord has said. And they refuse to hear the Lord again by way of his prophet. All right, give us a king anyway. We don't care. That we may also be like all the, look at that, all the nations, the non-Hebrews that worship other gods, that get hemorrhoids when they mess with God. And that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. The Lord is fighting your battles. How could you want a man to do it? And Samuel heard all the words of the people, and he rehearsed them in their ears, in the ears of the Lord. He said exactly what they said. Do you understand? And the Lord said to Samuel, hearken to their voice, and make them a king. And Samuel said unto the men of Israel, go ye every man unto his city. Let me check the time here, because I got to go in and see what's going on. I'm doing good. I'm at chapter 9. I've done 4 chapters. I'm going to squeeze 5 in. And I hope it just doesn't get to the point where I got to see what happens on the next one, because I'm going to get the next one on this study. I'm going to get it. I got to get there. I got to see what happened. This is crazy. This is crazy. Now there was a man of Benjamin, the tribe of Benjamin, whose name was Kish, the son of Abiel, Abiel, one of the two, son of Zeror, the son of Becharath, the son of Ephiah, a Benjamite, a mighty man of power. Okay. And he had a son whose name was Saul, a choice young man, and a goodly, and there was not among the children of Israel a goodlier person than he. From his shoulders and upward, he was higher than any of the people. So he was taller. Let's see what goodly is. I think that's fair looking, handsome. Oh, he looked good to me. Yeah, he'll be a great king.
Strong's H, 2896. Tove.
For the sake of time, I'm just running into I'm going to run down here to there it is. 1 Samuel. So it's up under this definition here. Pleasant, agreeable, good. Okay. Pleasant, agreeable to the senses. Okay. To the sight, fair, of daughters of men. Okay. So he was good looking. He looks like he could fit the part. We want a king that looks good. Okay. So there you go. He was higher, taller. And the asses of Kish, Saul's father, the donkeys, okay, were lost. And Kish said to Saul his son, take now one of the servants with thee, and arise and go seek the asses, the donkeys, okay. And he passed through Mount Ephraim, and passed through the land of Shalisha, but they found them not. Then they passed through the land of Shalom, and there they were not. And he passed through the land of the Benjamites, and they found them not. And when they were come to the land of Zuph, Saul said to his servant that was with him, come, let us return, lest my father leave caring for the asses, and take thought for us. And he said unto him, Behold now, there is in this city a man of God. And he said, An honorable man. All that he saith cometh surely to pass. Now let us go thither. Peradventure he can show us our way that we should go. So he says, man of God, man of the Lord, that he can tell us exactly where they are, or he should tell us we should go back home. Okay. Then said Saul to his servant, But behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, we ate it, and there is not a present to bring to the man of God. Now we get the turn, oh, he's a man of God. Yeah. What have we? And the servant answered Saul again and said, Behold, I have here at hand the 4th part of a shekel of silver. That will I give to the man of God to tell us our way. So now I'm understanding, okay, this is where we get payment for prophecy. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, Come and let us go to the seer, for he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. Okay, so before we could say, oh, I'm a prophet of God, I would say I'm a seer of God. I understand terminology, trends, and what we are doing here with the language. Got it. Then said Saul to his servant, Well said, come, let us go. So they went unto the city where the man of God was. And as they went up the hill to the city, they found young maidens going out to draw water, and said unto them, Is the seer here? And they answered them and said, He is. Behold, he is before you. Make haste now, for he came today to the city. For there is a sacrifice of the people today in the high place. As soon as ye be come into the city, ye shall straightway find him, before he go up to the high place to eat. For the people will not eat until he come, because he doth bless the sacrifice, and afterwards they eat that be bidden. Now therefore get you up, for about this time ye shall find him. And they went up into the city, and they were come into the city. Behold, Samuel came out against them for to go up to the high place. Now the Lord had told Samuel in his ear a day before Saul came, saying, Tomorrow, about this time, I will send thee a man out of the land of Benjamin, and thou shalt anoint him to be captain over my people Israel, that he may save my people out of the hand of the Philistines, for I have looked upon my people, because their cry is come unto me. And when Samuel saw Saul, the Lord said unto him, Samuel, Behold, the man whom I spake to thee of, this same shall reign over my people. Then Saul drew near unto Samuel in the gate and said, Tell me, I pray thee, where the seer house is. And Samuel answered Saul and said, I am the seer. Go up before me unto the high place, for ye shall eat with me today and tomorrow, and I will let thee go, and I will tell thee all that is in thine heart. And as for thine asses that were lost 3 days ago, set not thy mind on them, for they are found. And on whom is all the desire of Israel? Is it not on thee and on all thy father's house? And Saul answered and said, I am not a Benjamite, of the smallest of the tribes of Israel, and he said, am not I a Benjamite? That's the King James English, man. Yeah. All right. And of the smallest tribes of Israel, and my family the least of all the families of the tribe of Benjamin? Wherefore then speakest thou so to me? And Samuel took Saul and his servant and brought them into the parlor, and made them sit in the chiefest place among them that were bidden, which were about 30 persons. And Samuel said unto the cook, Bring the portion which I gave thee, of which I said unto thee, Set it by thee. And the cook took up the shoulder and that which was upon it, and set it before Saul. And Saul said, Behold, that which is left, set it before thee, and eat. For unto this time hath it been kept for thee, since I said, I have invited the people. So Saul did eat with Samuel that day. And when they were come down from the high place into the city, Samuel communed with Saul upon the top of the house. And they arose early, and it came to pass about the spring of the day, Samuel called Saul to the top of the house, saying, Up, that I may send thee away. And Saul arose, and they went out both of them, he and Samuel abroad. And as they were going down to the end of the city, Samuel said to Saul, Bid the servant pass on before us. And he passed on. But stand thou still a while, that I may show thee the word of God. Now, was he showing him the Bible? No, he wasn't. He was about to tell him and show him about him becoming king, I'm sure. That's got to be what it is, because that's what the Lord is purposing right now in regards to Saul and Samuel and what's going on with the children of Israel. But remember now, what did the Lord say that this king was going to do? So you got to remember that. What did he say that this man is going to do? I got 5 chapters in there, but I'm looking to see what's going on. What has happened? What has happened with the children of Israel, with the Lord God and the children of Israel? I'm seeing what happened. I'm understanding it. Okay, got it. Now I got to still chew on it a little more. What I went through here. Might even listen to the study again to get refreshed on some details. It's leading me all the way up to the main deal. Leading me to the main deal, the main focus. Yes, study. Study means to take a long look at, think on, meditate, reason. That's what it means. That's what it means. That's what we're doing. Do I have any comments? Anyone commenting? No, not one. We are at just a minute and almost 2 minutes before the hour. So we got that. It's a serious deal. This is a serious deal. I'm glad I'm looking through this, because they don't want to tell you this. They don't want to tell you. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to jump out, and I'm going to be back tomorrow. And you know what? I'm going to do a few parts tomorrow. So I'm going to be on here for some time. But if you can't jump in, you can't check it out, just come back. It'll be here. No money, no tithing, no seed sowing here, no offering, no donations, and no product sold. It's just live study. That's all it is. Live study.
Please allow us to extend our deepest thanks, our humblest appreciation, our greatest gratitude for your fellowship here with us, sharing the letter of the gospel, the ancient definitions of Scripture. This is Understanding the Bible.